my brothers. Keep it real, don't talk with no. Plus I duck undercover, gotta stay on this mission. Got a vision that's endless, they told me don't be a menace. They gon' serve me a sentence, but now I'm up in the illest that did it. Get the cream look, drop it in it. Give out opinions, I'm just minding my business. If I'm grinding, I'm shining, don't got time for the gimmicks. I'm dead.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's the Falcons going up against the Saints.
Thank you very much, Larry. As usual, the streets of the nearby French Quarter are alive as we are in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And no, incomplete. Boy, they took a shot there on the first play, tried to start it out with a bang, but it's second down. That was close to a big play, and just a little bit too far that he was led. He caught it but couldn't stay in bounds, Charles.
Yeah, I'm not very good at these sort of things, but I have to believe the farther you are downfield, the less your margin for error in throwing the ball, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so they gave it a good effort there. Really tried, just couldn't complete it.
Here we go. All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56. Over.
And he powers his way up past the 30. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
3rd play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Hurry up, here we go.
Back to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed a big hit for a loss. Back to throw. Herman. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Given 6 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Let's go. No. Check. Patriot. Check. Patriot.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a third down. Looking to throw. Herman, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up 4th. Nortman on to kick as he sends it away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. That goes for a gain of 31.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. Last week we saw a rarity. He was over 200 yards on the ground, and they lost. So we'll see if they can get more carries like that and win this week.
And that was interesting watching the game tape, wasn't it? Because it was hard to register while we watched him pile up that yardage and create those nice runs that they couldn't win the football game. But that doesn't mean changing what you do. Continue to feed him the football.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
So 2nd and medium, 2nd and 5 now. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now a handoff looking right. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
So just 1 yard to go here on 3rd down.
All right, here we go.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
2nd and just 1. Fullback on the dive. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
Now let's go. Blue landing. Blue landing. Over. Watch it now, Barney.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
So a 1st down and 5 for the offense. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. All right, now look at 56. Back line, here we go. Green. Watch it now, let's go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. So that'll back them up 5. So now it's 1st and goal.
Hurry up, here we go. Over. Here we go now. 56. Blue, 56. All right, now look at 56. 319.
And now here's a carry heading left. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
As a former defender, I would be angry as well. Could not get off the field. Well-executed offensive drive. No matter what the defense tried, they couldn't stop them.
And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. Bailey now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. This time to the tailback. And that is what you call a hit stick. Put down to the ground hard at the 29. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On third down, Herman. That's complete to Meredith. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
They run again with Logan. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. On third down, it's Logan. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to fourth down. Fourth down. Herman nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Perry. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. The slot man in motion right. Second down, here's an option right. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
To the 31, and that's enough for the first. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. On the give, this is their fullback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And that's tough duty for a strong safety because truly he's a hybrid-type player. A pass defender, which makes him more of a defensive back, but really his tackling ability is like a linebacker. So they don't mind coming up and taking those guys on, but that's a tough task there, taking on the big fella.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. And now here's a carry heading left. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. He'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact. Able to jar it free from him and force a 4th down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, 1st down. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Now they try the right side here. And eventually taken down, but how about that athletic spin move we saw? Gives them the 1st down yardage. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. On 1st down, Herman. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. Past the 20, 10, 5, and he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
He's got it, and it's 17-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
To throw on second down, Herman finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. They go play action here on first down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Looking to throw on second down. Herman. And he's taken down here by the Saints. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The Falcons on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Back to throw. Herman. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he goes out right around the 39. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Here's Brad Nortman now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. Now you folks don't know what you're missing. Missing Larry Ridley. Ready to get back, though, to this Week 2 matchup. Let's get to it. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, Herman. That's caught by Meredith right side. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Let's go.
Throwing on 1st down. Herman, throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. See if they stay on the ground for second down. Off play action. Herman throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 12 yards there as they move the chains. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. To throw again. Herman out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards on the play. And they're going to face a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still ended up with a solid game.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On the carry, it's Logan. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons get a bit closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Cat and 0 out now as he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they watch this lead shrink a little. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. They'll set up a throw. Flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
The Saints on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now back to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. And now a first down following that long gain.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue,
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Second down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13.
watch left. Start right there. Hurry up, here we go. Blue,
They'll set up to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Now a handoff looking right. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now they'll run it on the toss. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. Time running out here on the play clock. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back now here live in New Orleans. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So they settled for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the fourth.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give them some breathing room and lets them build up a little cushion.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be a second down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
From the gun on third down, Herman. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. 9 yards on the play and a first down. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
On first down, Herman. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender. And now 11's legal. This one is an imaginary one that my college coach used to call Sammy Sideline. Sammy Sideline can protect you at times, and in this case, that's exactly what he did for the defenders.
To throw on third down, Herman. Finding Gabriel complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. On first and 10, Herman. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And it popped Snaps free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. His throw caught right around the 6. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. O.J. Howard, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. What a great weapon. So often, such a big mismatch.
And there's no route he can't run. You name it, he's going to do it. And he's a matchup nightmare for the defense. No matter who they put on him, he's going to win the battle.
Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
Hurry up, here we go.
He'll come out throwing here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment to shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
Here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
And the slot man goes in motion left. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down.
Here we go now. 3-19. No. Check. Patriot. Check 99 Philly. Here we go. Over. Leopard.
Play clock winding down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. The play clock's running down. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. That good for 22 and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now they'll run it on the toss. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice. Slot man moves right. Time running out here on the play clock. They're going to look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this is incomplete. Amir Abdullah, the intended target. And that takes us from second to third down. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Saints on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 16.
Let's go.
And the back goes into motion. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And this one will be brought back to the 22. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, you know, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it a second down. Back to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. Back to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. He'll look to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. The reception good for 7. It's third down. He's back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Logan. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. Looking to throw. Herman. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. Back to throw. Herman. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And now they're an extra point away from winning this thing in the final seconds.
Well, that's the one they had to have. Put them in a position where they're tied up, but I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point that's pretty crucial.
That's right. Just one more element to complete the victory. And they have got the lead. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it, because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for Atlanta, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From New Orleans, good night, everybody.
As we go on like we do. When it's hot outside, I wanna just chill.